Welcome, guys. Sorry I came a little late. Um, Kamaruddin, I too like that guy. The guy he just always stay positive. So, violence topic. God bless you, Dr. John J. We're looking for you earlier on in the afternoon. Somebody said this is your perfume. I was telling people that somebody asked, I think it was on TikTok, when is your birthday? I say, your cuckoo is good. You are asking. My birthday is 6th of May. My birthday is like a week from now. This is what I like. Lost Cherry, Tom Ford. I brought the other one, Creed, uh, Centaurus. I love that Centaurus. And then I also love the Oud Flare by Creed. They all, this and the Oud Flare are exceptional. How do I put it? The Privé collection of Tom Ford. While the Creed is, I think, is a regular Creed, but I just love it so much. So when I now shared it, they asked her, when's your birthday? I said, if you want to give me gift, this what I don't go and buy me all those Turare perfume and think you've given me a gift. I was so pissed. You understand? And somebody now said, this is what Dr. John J wears. They said, this is what you also wear. Now, I think Ella, you were there. Said, this is what Dr. John J wears. I said, okay. Your name came up. We're now looking for you. We didn't see you. So, the topic today is a very sensitive topic, primarily because of how people how people relate to the topic. And JAPA is always a very passionate thing. Now, I'm going to start first of all by addressing what Woli Arole said. Woli Arole, and he said this, and I quote from his video. You can find it on Insta blog on Linda Ikeji, actually, on Linda Ikeji's blog. He said, don't have superiority complex because you stay outside Nigeria. Yes, I saw someone and he was like, hey Arole, how are you doing? I just got back from America, in a very prideful way. Oga, be humble. I stay in Nigeria and I am doing so well. You can find the post. It's on Insta blog Niger. And then also today, I cannot use his content, so I'm going to listen to it and repeat as much of it as possible. I'll listen to it via headphones because in my industry, anything you see online, a person get them. You know, if you just go there, go carry them, like say, now your papa put them there. So he said, to respond to the underlying calculations, I'm not one of those who's worried about people leaving the country. We're a country allegedly over 200 million. The number is built upon data that is contested. So we are stipulating possible growth based on numbers that a few years ago nobody agreed on. So let's use 230, 40 million. The country is not big enough for all of us. I don't mean that in size, I mean that economically, socially, culturally. Some of us need to go. That is not my issue. My issue is not people leaving the country. Diasporans from India and other countries have powered local economies from wherever they are. China has a policy of front-loading its brightest citizenry into America. The most number of people I've met in Nigeria is not up to 1 million. The country can afford to lose 1 million people. So that's not the issue. The issue here is what happens to those that remain. For those that remain, it's still a terrible situation. And also the people who leave because of desperation, what kind of situations do they get themselves into? And that is the humanitarian level. If it was a planned migration, if it was government policy to move our people out, like the Chinese, then there will be no problem. We will not do it like someone that is escaping from a fire. We are running from buildings, we are breaking legs, we are jumping, abandoning families. That's my challenge. Some people rather run to some jail abroad, Femi says. But it's understandable thinking considerable in the state of the nation. A serious-minded government look at this situation critically and say, don't leave the country, don't leave the country. But instead say, successive governments have been trying to bring down their foreign exchange. All it took was an influx of Nigerian immigrants in December to do what governments could not do. That shows the power of an engaged diaspora. A government system that takes that and becomes deliberate with it, it can be a game changer. The money that is powering our entertainment industry, most of it is economies from streaming, is economies from concert that these musicians are doing abroad. Our economy, that is slivers of it, can be driven from deliberate approach from moving abroad. The other part of it that worries me, because I spent the past year speaking to diasporans, and that's why poverty is a terrible thing. People are dismantling their emotional, social, and something else because of this. The desperation to make money. And that is worrisome. There's such a deep sense of unhappiness. With many of these communities, they were not prepared to leave. They have fractured their families. One child is here, one child is there, father is here, daughter is there. And this is what we have done to the soul of our country. Because of a desperate migration crisis, it's the soul of my country that worries me. Every time a young person gives up on this country, something in me is uncomfortable. That's what worries me. In our social bonds, deeper than Dirty December. But to feel like you are deeply connected to the country, I believe I was able to, hopefully, I was able to pass most of his message across. And from my understanding of this message, it's one thing for him to say something, and another thing for me to understand what he was trying to say. He gave a fantastic balance. He said, from my understanding, it is a good thing to leave. Many of you are doing fantastically well today because you left Nigeria. But you see, I used to have this problem with a lot of my JAPA audience. Yes, it worked for you. Yes, majority of the people that left Nigeria and went abroad are doing better than they were doing in Nigeria. And by majority, I mean as high as 80%. Let me be kinder, maybe 70%. And majority of the people back home are not doing fantastically well. But you see, I have never I have never flowed with the river. I have always gone against the current. Education works for everybody except me. All my family is full of educated people. My father is a doctor. My mother is a professor of law, a vice chancellor. When you reach vice chancellor, you have reached almost the highest possible realm in academia. You are the head of a university. When it comes to academia, you are almost at the pinnacle. Because even abroad, once you don't reach like vice chancellor, the only thing that is now is the vice chancellor of Harvard is senior to my mother because he's vice chancellor of a top 10 university in the world. But basically, the work is the same. It's academia. My immediate younger sister is a lecturer in the university. She has her PhD in economics. Her husband, Prof, is a professor of economics. So my younger sister is a doctor of economics. Her husband is a professor of economics. My immediate younger sister after that one is a medical doctor, works with the NHS. And the baby of my family, that's my mother's side, is has her master's in law, master's in intellectual property law. She does all, like my mama just sent her to school to just help me. All my intellectual property work, she does all of them free of charge. She's my Yetunde. Now God just carry and bless me. Then from my father has a second wife. The first son, Lekon, is in the UK doing his PhD. So when I tell you that I come from a family of academics, even picking where my papa born for second wife, now still PhD they do as I follow you talk. So I'm the least educated, but I'm not the least intelligent. I'm not the poorest. There's nothing they say that family wants to do that I'll not be able to contribute to and contribute well. So the fact that I didn't follow the grain of my family when it comes to education does not mean I failed. I'm happy with what I'm doing. I have job satisfaction. I sit down with the high and mighty. I'm proud of where I've reached in my life. I'm proud that I can add to people's lives and whatever have you. And this also applies with not leaving Nigeria. I have never felt bad or inferior because I didn't leave Nigeria. Maybe if I left Nigeria, maybe I could have made a bit more money. Maybe I would not have even made more money. But you see, I have a problem with money. Anything that people we don't buy fit make, it has no value. For me, relationship is more valuable than money. Because Michael Jackson cannot have a relationship. Let me tell you, all of you here combined did not make, with all the money you think you are making, you have not made 10% of what Michael Jackson made last year. And Michael Jackson has been buyed for at least 15 years. Person we don't buy. Marilyn Monroe we don't buy. Bob Marley we don't buy. They are making more money than all of you here combined times 20. So anything, I have very little value for money. Because if you are making money-based decisions, you are making value-less decisions. Yes, there are some points you descend to in life where you can't get value without money. But if you have built your life to a certain cadre, you will now realize that money can buy you perfume. Money can buy you watch. But money cannot buy you value. So the tendency for you to make money-based decisions reduces. When you don't have money, the most important thing to you is money. Because money does not buy value. Money does not buy value. When you are standing at the bus stop waiting for a bus, the only value you need is a car that has AC that can protect you from the elements. Money has no value. Money has no value. They're about to drive you out of your house because you cannot pay rent. Money will get you a house. But once you have conquered the basic human needs, food, clothing, shelter, if you buy this perfume, last bottle I bought cost me $450. I dey spray am for my body. Perfumes where I get reach 40. For you to buy $400 perfume, you have solved food, clothing, and shelter. You cannot buy $400. $400 is about, no, in Nigeria it's more than $400. What am I talking about? Like $550. I mean, help me calculate 890,000 naira. That's about $450 and $550. What am I trying to say? Once you have passed a certain level in life, money begins to lose its power and value. You begin to understand value. You can't understand value if you have not conquered food, clothing, and shelter. It is impossible for you to understand value. You can't. Because you have not yet paid for a house. You not get a house. You not get motor. Your children, you are still struggling to pay bills. You no fit chop, remain. But once you don't do all these things, I now start thinking, will I make a decision based on money? If somebody offers me a job, for instance, the first thing I think about is, how is this job going to impact my family? Am I still going to have time for my family? Am I still going to have time for my wife? Am I still going to have time to watch Netflix? I don't want a job that gives me so much money, but I can't enjoy the little things in life. How does this job impact my mental health? There are questions I would dare not ask if I've not eaten. There are questions I dare not ask if I've not eaten. If I've not eaten, I cannot think of Netflix. If I've not eaten, I cannot think of Suya night. If I've not eaten, and my family, there was one member of our church, Free Nation. The children, they ask him for money. The guy no get. One day the children beat him. The gang got beat. Super knows the story. There are things I cannot begin to consider until I've provided food for my children, until I've provided clothes on their backs, until I've paid their school fees. I cannot think of mental health. Because if I not do the work, the fact say my children, they wear rag or they sit down for house will affect my mental health. But if I have one job that is paying all my bills, and another job comes with more money, is it also going to come with more responsibility? Is it going to tear me away more from my family? Is it? So, because I have conquered food, clothing, and food, clothing, and shelter, I can think outside the box of money and think within the confines of value. Most of the people who left Nigeria had not conquered food, clothing, and shelter. They were only able to conquer it when they got abroad. So the way they think back of Nigeria is from the perspective of someone who doesn't understand value, but understands the need to be able to escape from a problem. And therefore, the way they make decisions can be thwarted. That does not excuse those who actually left Nigeria because they were tired of the Nigerian madness. I have to balance the conversation. There are people who left not because they were not making money, or not because they went abroad and are making more money abroad, but because of the insecurity. Some people cannot cope with generator and all the craziness that comes with Nigeria. Some people cannot cope. And I'm not in any position to judge them. The fact that I can cope does not mean you can. I have seen and continue to see people whose lives were okay in Nigeria but became fractured because of migration. I've seen marriages that were okay break up because of the intense stress of separation. You don't know that you can cope until you actually cope. You don't know. There's a fallacy that I want to share with you. There's a confirmation bias that I want to share with you. I think it is called the Dunning-Kruger effect. People with low ability in a task overestimate their ability, often due to a lack of self-awareness and metacognitive skills. Example, a novice programmer might believe they can build a complex app without understanding the challenges leading to failure. People tend to be able to overestimate their ability. Is it not just to travel abroad? I'll be on the phone with my wife. We'll be doing video call. By the time the third month hits, you realize that there's now tension in the family. It's not like you didn't have tension when you were in Nigeria. You had mild tension. You had some, but now the tension is overwhelming. I'll tell you a story of what happened to my very good friend. Brother of, went to school together, of the lady that passed away that they say now Pastor Payam for Abuja. He said to me, he said his wife wanted to go abroad, she wanted to go abroad, she wanted to go abroad. She went abroad in 2016. In 2016, he went to visit his family. You know, into this whole tension of family, he went abroad and overstayed his visa, stayed in America for 5 months, and then was returning home, and his visa got cancelled at the airport. Between 2016 and now, he has not been able to get a visa to go to America. And the wife, because she's also trying to sort out her stay in America, has not been able to come home. Marriage fractured. Simple. He can't go, she can't come. There was a story of somebody that I brought here. He said remember the story? He went abroad and the agent that organized the abroad for him married him to somebody else. So putting the papers of another person as his wife. He now got abroad. He can't come back home because they've cancelled. He's still trying to sort out his status there. His wife has been banned. His real wife in Nigeria has been banned from coming. She can't. You remember that story? The guy was here. She can't come, he can't go. Marriage fractured. My very good friend, husband has British passport, wife has British passport, all the children have British passports. Wife was like, I want to go to America, I want to go to America, I want to go to America. The husband tried to go to America and settle down and then ended up overstaying his visa. Came back to the UK to come with his family. At the airport, he was returned to the UK, banned for 10 years. His wife and the children moved to the UK, to the US. And then his wife is now trying to do marriage runs to secure her stay in the US. Because his wife is still struggling to sort out her papers, she cannot go to see him in the UK. Because he has been banned for 10 years, he cannot come to the US. What happened to that marriage? Fractured. Only me, small, tiny Daddy Freeze, I know at least 20 marriages that have been fractured directly by this JAPA. As in meaning husband go, wife no fit come, or wife no get it. I know 20. Then the indirect ones, because the husband does not see the wife often, he started dating somebody else here, or she started dating somebody else there. Like the story of my friend in Canada, my friend's friend in Canada, whose wife and children are abroad, and he wanted to go and surprise his wife on her birthday, only to find out that her boyfriend for Canada, they do surprise party for her. So these are some of the many instances we have. It doesn't mean that you going abroad is bad. I'm not saying that. For you, it worked out. Maybe it even made your marriage stronger. Maybe the kind of things you were not able to afford while you were living in Nigeria, you can now afford them. My problem is not you and your choice. My problem is you communicating your choice as the right choice without having a holistic picture of your situation as compared to the next person's situation. Many people, you see, Nigerians don't know. I'm different. No matter the pressure, from a very young age, I'm able to estimate my strengths and my weaknesses. I was having an argument the other day with somebody on my live, and I said, the way I eat in Nigeria, you cannot eat like that in America. It's impossible. Forget America. You cannot eat like that in any part of the world unless your wife is a caterer. I posted the picture of our Sunday lunch. Someone said, this looks like Thanksgiving. In my house every Sunday, unless my wife is lazy or tired, the food that we throw down, we go chop and chop and chop and chop and. During the week, some go still remain, go still dey chop and they go. Inside Nigeria, we never eat and have one type of protein. You come, you see it. Sometimes we have fish, we have chicken, we have turkey. Baba, by the time you chop the fish and the chicken, you go say me they keep the turkey, say you go chop am for night. Rice that we pack. I think I eat rice once a month. By the time you don't eat the turkey, you don't eat the chicken, you don't eat the fish, you know if you get space for your belly for the rice. You know go get space for your belly for the rice. How do you think I will feel psychologically if I relocate to the UK or the US and I'm not able to eat like this? I'm not able to enjoy that family time. with my children, how do you think I would feel? How do you think I would feel if I'm not able to drive the cars that I drive or buy the watches that I buy? How do you think I would feel? In Nigeria, my contribution to the society is immense. What if I go to the UK or the US and I just become a regular person that just his contribution to society is being able to feed his family? Somebody said it's not the affordability. I swear to God, you cannot afford the quality of ingredients. Baba, this thing where they talk, I challenge you to it. Forget the time. Okay, time is also a factor. I have time. My wife has time. So time is also a currency, which you don't have if you're abroad. Number two, the quality of ingredients. We are not talking about GMO chicken. We are not talking about those over fertilized food. One of the worst places for food in the world is America. Everything is over antibiotic, over fertilized, over GMO, over. Europe is still a bit better. When it comes to food, it's really bad. And you know it. So, first of all, we are talking about the quality of the ingredients, then the quality of the food, then the time to be able to sit down with your family every week and eat it. Baba, the only person that I know that eats like me is Pity. That's so busy they chop for your house every day, sometimes every week. Everybody else, Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthdays, the way you eat on your birthday is the way I eat every Sunday. Just imagine how you ate on your birthday. Every Sunday, week in or week out, unless maybe we traveled or my wife is just tired or lazy, which is like once in 4 months or 5 months. So when somebody starts to put, I can tell you this thing I'm telling you is 100%. You can't. Just go and look at the spread that once a week you can have a buffet. I'm not talking you go to hotel. We go to hotel too and eat buffet. That once in a week you have a buffet for 6 people, because the minimum of us at a time is maybe 5 or 6. Sometimes we are 8. My mom is coming, we are like 8. My mother-in-law is coming, we are like 8. Every week, week in, week out, we have a buffet cooked at home. Now, we go to hotel for hotel buffet. Home cooked is always different from hotel cooked, no matter how nice the hotel food is. I'm not talking about eating pounded yam and stew. I'm not talking about pounded yam and stew. If we eat jollof rice and chicken, it is one of the 6 things we are eating that day. There will be pepper soup, there will be salad, there will be grills, there will be platter, there will be spring rolls, there will be, like this last week we had prawns in basket with soy sauce is one. We had rice and turkey is one. We had a rack of lamb is one. We had salad is one. Then we had chicken egg soup is one. Baba, I dey stay with people abroad now. I've never seen it. So why should I think that somebody abroad is living better than I'm living? Even if they make more money than I do, which is also not the case or not always the case. What am I trying to say with this? And what is my emphasis on this is what really works for you. There are people who will, I used to have them on my live, they will come and run down anything Nigeria. Don't get me wrong, Nigeria has a lot of problems. And many of the people who chose to stay back face Nigerian problems. Insecurity, lack of emergency services, all sorts of stupidities that are Nigerian. But Chude said something. He said, those who decided to stay back have decided to sacrifice to build. And when young people who are supposed to build their economies give up on the country, it is extra sad. Or people who are doing okay, who are swept away, because let me tell you something, and nobody will tell you what they go through abroad. Nobody will tell you that a lot of the people who are abroad today, who have papers today, jagbo marriage to get their papers. I can tell you for free that 80% of the people in America now marriage jagbo, apart from the ones that were born there. Now marriage jagbo they do to get papers. As high as 80% of you watching me, you don't have to agree. Me, I know. And I've taken my statistics. Every single person that goes to America, I talk to them, and without them knowing, I ask them, how did you do your American stay? 80%, very easily. I'm giving you an accurate number. Husband go America, marry person. Wife go come America, marry person. The two of them will come reunite after the divorce. It's not everybody that has the mental stay for it. Now, those that go to America, when they go to America, it's not automatic. There is a sacrifice. There's a sacrifice they made. Baba, let me tell you, even pastors' wives marry other husbands to get papers. I know like 2 or 3. I don't go just talk. Even if that's what you did, I'm not running what you did down. But there are some of you in marriages, at least a good 60% of you are abroad in marriages. If you are not running away from Nigeria, you will not be married to the person you are married to. The reason why you married that Oyinbo is because you are running away from Nigeria. If there was justice in the world, and Nigeria was as good a place as South Africa or Dubai, that husband where you marry, you for not marry him. That husband now be your ticket out of Nigeria. A good 60% of you watching me today, you might not agree with me, but I'm speaking to your conscience. You will nod your head and type, I no follow, I no agree. But inside your heart, you know, say, that man where you marry. Now, because say you want to come out Nigeria, now you marry him. Many instances, a good 60% of the population. Don't agree with me. I know. And I'm telling you based on statistics. There's nobody that I talk to. Papa, if you talk to me, I will ask you. There's no question I can ask you. I can ask a woman a question that as deep as, have you ever had a yeast infection before? And we ask it. Now, so I be. No question where I know if you ask. And when I'm asking my questions, anybody that is close to me knows, you will just, if I notice that you don't like those kind of questions, I will not talk to you. But why am I asking all these questions? So that I can build a database and I can make an informed conversation. If I do a randomized research of 50 people, I can not accurately, but to an extent, pinpoint where a problem could be emanating from. So what is my message? My message is to two sets. Now, another thing before I go. I've had an unbelievable influx of people who are coming to my live marketing remote jobs. In the last 1 week, I've had like 4 different people. There was one guy that was supposed to come 2 days ago. The guy, they begged me, say, make I collect 1.5. My new rate is 2.5. I tell him, I say, Baba, you are not even my old client that I can say, okay, let me use old rate of 2 million for. This guy he said, Papa, can I owe you? And my problem with people that owe is once you agree for them, it becomes standard. But at least he could afford to pay me consultation. And while I was consulting for him, I was like, what? He showed me that he wants to come and market remote jobs that he just started. So he doesn't have the capital. That I should just, he was begging me 1.5 million. I said no. Now that remote jobs are growing, and they are growing in leaps and bounds, you are all of a sudden going to not be richer than your contemporary in Nigeria. If the industry takes off, trust me, $2,000 in America and $2,000 in Nigeria are two different things. If you're earning $2,000 in America, you cannot save. If you're earning $2,000 in Nigeria, you will save. You have extra safe. And once that industry blossoms, just know that if somebody can match you salary-wise, he'll be double, twice as rich as you are. If somebody can match your salary in America, he'll be twice as rich as you are, if not 3 times. Because the living expenses in Nigeria are a tiny fraction of what you are paying abroad. The rates will differ. But like I said, somebody earning 10K a month in America and somebody earning 4K a month in Nigeria, they will live at the exact same level. And the person with 4K will have more savings than the person with 10K. Because in Nigeria alone, how much does it take to survive? You survive very easily on $800 a month. Your rent, everything, $800 a month. Max 1K a month. By 1K a month, 1.7 million a month. You will live like Sanwo-Olu if you can't do Osun State. 1 million a month in Osun State. You go dey knack governor daughter. You know what is 1 million naira a month? Or somewhere like Benue State, where food is cheap, where goat is like 15K. Whoa, na thigh of goat you go dey use dey chop jollof rice. The way you go use chicken drumstick, na goat drumstick na you go dey use. So living expenses are going to be so small for you. So you will be earning $4,000 a month. You will be saving 3,000, 3,500. It depends on where. In Lagos, you'll be saving like 2,500, 2K a month. Say a day, Ikirun, Oshogbo, Benue. If they spend $300 a month and cover all your expenses, and you be living well. So if that industry should take off, just know that a lot of people, somebody says, yet they keep complaining. The problem is It's not everybody that is complaining. The people that are complaining are complaining. The ones that are not complaining are not complaining. At the end of the day, here's my take. And I say this as summary. I've said it over and over again. I just explained it in another way. You are living abroad, is working for you, you are doing fine. Don't look down on those who decided to stay in Nigeria. You are not doing better than many of them. You just probably have a more enabling environment. And those of you who are doing well in Nigeria, stop looking down at people abroad. It's not everybody abroad that is washing, is doing afofuro. It's not everybody abroad that is doing menial work. It's not everybody abroad that is not comfortable. The key at the end of the day, this is the waves don't lie. This is the problem I come to. DF, come on, most Nigerians are suffering. That's the most stupid thing you can ever say. Am I suffering? You that you are abroad, are you living better than I am? Ask yourself, are you really living better than I am? You say most Nigerians are suffering. I am not the spokesperson for the masses. The people who I'm talking to, they know their self. The people that are driving G-Wagon in this Nigeria. The people that are buying Rolex in this Nigeria. My Frank Mueller watch that I wore for Obi Kubana's birthday. Everybody that saw it fell in love. They were like, what is this? So I told them what it was. The cheapest you can get that watch is about 70K US. 3 of my friends have bought it. I can show you charts. 3 of my friends have bought it. Between Obi Kubana and now, they don't spend 70K. One even got his for 91K. So, I want you to use your brain. When you say most, I worked in a radio station. Most of the people I worked with in the radio station are still in Nigeria. A lot of people have left, but a lot of people also stayed back. So when you come with the most statistics, I'm not a driver, I'm not a cleaner, I'm not a gardener. In my circle, I don't think I know anybody in my circle that is suffering in Nigeria. Like I said, my circle. I'm not saying my family. I'm sure I have extended family that are suffering. In my circle, I don't know anybody that is suffering in my circle. My circle of friends, my circle of acquaintances. Maybe you shall see Yabo Joe picking wedding. The wedding be like who they suffer wedding. You see Obi Kubana birthday. The birthday be like who they suffer. Always have that at the back of your mind. Majority are suffering. I'm not talking for majority. I'm sorry about it. If it hurts you, I'm not speaking for majority. I've never spoken up for the masses. Me, my battle has always been an intellectual battle. How to set yourself free from the throngs of religion. Someone said, DF, a wealthy nation is measured by the percentage of citizens living above average. Once again, it's like, should I say this thing in Yoruba so you can understand? I am telling you about my circle. My circle is people like Dr. John J, who went to school together. Dr. John J, how many of our classmates that are in Nigeria are suffering? I live in an estate. How many of the people in my estate, since I've been here, light has not blinked, Abi? This is my reality. This is my everyday. The guy who I went to his water park, Giwa Gardens water park, I have to even post some of the pictures. The guy brought in $35 million. to come and invest in Nigeria. I'm sorry. My experience in Nigeria has never been I've never been a bus conductor or a plumber in Nigeria. My experience has always been my experience, and my circle has always been my circle. And I'm speaking for people in my circle. So I'm sorry if maybe you feel offended because I'm not speaking up for you or what your reality was when you are in Nigeria. Forgive me. Forgive me. Dr. John Jay said he can't relate. Some people can't because you are going to read statistics. Baba, if you read statistics, it's like everybody for Nigeria they buy. Baba, if you follow the news, so my reality is different from yours. And I cannot make decisions for myself based on your reality. I'll be a fool to sit down at my age and make a decision based on your reality. I'll be a fool. I live in Nigeria and I earn Forex. So, why should I base my reality on somebody who is earning 70,000 naira minimum wage? The person is now struggling to go abroad. Me too, and I want to go and join the person to struggle. I'll be a fool. I was sitting down with a lady who, I think I was in the car with my son. About one post I did, she now called me. This lady in the last 1 year has made a profit of 1 billion naira. Profit from importation. 1 billion naira. 1 billion naira is about $500,000. More like $650,000 or $600,000. 650, more like. In 1 year, you've made profit of $650,000. Abroad cannot be hungering you. I asked my son was there, because he looked like, I said, why don't you think of relocating? He said, the exact words, 2 words, God forbid. If your reality in Nigeria is you are making a profit of $600,000 a year, to think of that JAPA go hard you. To think of, she sat down with me and Baba, she showed me products. She said, look at all these products. I bought them as this. I'm selling them at this. I brought in 4,000 units. I'm making 100,000 naira per unit. Multiply by, Baba, she began to show me books. Fear catch me. I'm like, what? And this girl, I went back to my first chat with her, was just before COVID. She was begging me to enter Big Brother, to help her to enter Big Brother. So between COVID and now, she has built an empire that gives her $300,000 to $600,000 profit a year. After everything, her profit. And then I should tell her that because her driver ran to Canada, she should join the driver and run to Canada. I'll be a fool. And she'll be a fool if she listened to me advising her to run. So do you now understand? Because Chude talked about it. Arole talked about it. I'm not in any way undermining the fact that you went abroad. You took the best decision concerning or regarding your situation. And I'm proud of you for making a good decision. However, do not feel superior to those who chose not to take your decision. Do not feel the need to pressure them by pointing out the things in their society that is not working. Because if they started to point out your own, many people in Nigeria have never been abroad before, or they just go abroad and all they see is the good side of abroad. If they came to your country and saw the reality of your life, they will also start to point out your own flaws, and you may not like it. Somebody said going abroad is for quality exposure and resetting. Hey, somebody sent me a gift. Thank you so much. And resetting your mind for ideas. If you need to go abroad to reset your mind, if you need to relocate abroad to reset your mind for ideas, then there's a problem with your mind. Because if you can afford to travel 2-3 times a year, you reset your mind. You don't have to live. What is the living there resetting your mind? How is it resetting your mind? It's programming you for the rat race. If you need to go abroad and live abroad to reset your mind get problem. I'm not saying abroad does not reset your mind, but you don't need to live there to reset your mind. And with TV, video, news in a global village, brother, you have access to more information at your fingertips than the last 3 generations had. So what do you do with it? That's what's important. Somebody said getting quality education. In my field, the education I got is more than enough. And there are so many fields in Nigeria where the education they got is more than enough. The woman that is importing and making $600,000 a year, what education does she need? She's already making more money than you with your education. In that abroad, she's probably making 5 times what you are making, maybe 6 times even. Maybe your own annual income is 150K after tax. How can you be telling somebody that is making times 4 of what you are making that they need a better education than they have? Think. Think. You get a better education. For you, we want go work for person. For person where they work for himself, the education we ain't getting. If he need better education, we'll go have 2 weeks, come back. But you wanna slow go. I not talk past like this. Let me invite. Samaria said, but life is not a competition. 90% of people abroad always try to make people back home feel bad. So they've made it a competition. It's not supposed to be a competition. You, Samaria, for instance, don't make life a competition. But you are 1%. The 90% of people who live abroad talk down and look down on people who live in Nigeria. And I can tell you this for free. If you can succeed in Nigeria, you can succeed abroad. If you can succeed abroad, it does not mean you can succeed in Nigeria. Anybody that can succeed in this Nigeria will succeed abroad. But not everybody that succeeded abroad will succeed in Nigeria. And many people who are in abroad today are there because they could not succeed in Nigeria. Keep that at the back of your mind. I yield the floor. Who has something to say? I yield the floor. I'm not quarrel. I'm just pointing out facts. But like I said, I yield the floor. I not talk again. I don't try. Chai.
Hi, sir.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm very fine. Is it good evening or good morning? I don't know what
Good morning.
the Dr. George to stop. My own take is why the superiority? What's the problem? Why? Okay.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm fine, sir. Sorry, sir. My partner is sleeping, so I don't want to.
Okay, don't wake them up. Go ahead. Go ahead. Share your Chichi. You first. After you, let the brother. Let my beautiful lady here talk first, please. No vex. Chichi, over to you.
Yeah, abroad is not easy. Push my security. You will walk. You walk. You will walk. Like yesterday, 2 days. You will work for your money, literally. Here is not like unlike Nigeria where you can, like Nigeria now we had the public holidays where they stayed. When the Easter holiday was when?
About a week
We didn't
ago.
have. Yes, they stayed home for like 3 days. Was it 3 days or 4 days you stayed home?
Friday to Monday.
Are you kidding me? What? Don't go there, please. No, there's things you should measure. There are certain things you should be measuring. Nigeria, if you have money in Nigeria and you're making good money in Nigeria, don't let any abroad person superior nothing. There's nothing. Everybody's planning. Everybody I know, most people that I know, America can abroad. I don't know about other states, but America can be very frustrating. They will any kind of the more money you make abroad, the more time you're putting in. So like Azia was saying about the wife's food, a lot of people, I know a lot of people, most people, some people can afford it, but where's the time? I want to know where the time is. Where's the time? The time to go buy the food, the time to go, like the whole of this weekend, I was so tired. I was so tired. I supervised a whole hospital at night by myself. 165 beds by myself. You know what I mean? It's a lot. It takes a lot from me every time I walk. If I come back like this, no, I don't even say anything. Go to my room. No, but Nigeria, you don't have to stop. You don't have to go through all that to make that type of money we are making. No, we don't. You will. This one, you will work for your money. Why, yeah, you go chop the yeah. When you collect the money, okay, then taxes will come and take their own. Your bills will take their own. Before you know it, you're left with nothing. It's like a cycle. If you don't stop this cycle, it will never. I think the priority should stop. They should stop.
All right, brother, go ahead. Let's hear a brother too.
What the point I just want to make is that we Nigerians, there's this thing we have back home that we used to say like, I better pass my neighbor. That's what people are doing to people back home, and people don't know what economics means. Like when you are running your life as an household, you're going to work. Let's say you're earning £2,500 a month, and you're paying rent. If you are earning let's say you are earning £3,500 in the UK, you are a very poor man. You are a very, very poor man. And that £3,500, because if you are earning £3,500, the mass you can live, the well mass you can live is to have a bed, apartment to live, a bed. Most people are living in one room with their family in the UK. Those conditions is worse than face me and face you in Nigeria, because you are actually living. You know when you are in face me and face you. I was raised in the face me and face you in Nigeria. Right? You know when you are living in face me and face you, you have a door that you lock. You have your privacy. But people are actually living in a flat where that if you have 3 rooms, you don't have the right to lock your rooms. Yeah, that's what people are living back home in UK here. But people, because most people, I don't know, when they come here, they are living that life. They still believe they are living better life. That's what I don't understand. I don't know why you come, you are working like 17 hours in a day, 15 hours in a day, and all you can afford is one bed. Even the ones that have the house by themselves, they still live in one room because they rent the extra rooms out. So practically, they are living in one room with their family. You get what I mean? And they'll still tell you back when they are doing better. Nigeria is. How would somebody save? You come from a poor home and you save 18 million naira and said you want to come and study in the UK. The UK, there are people that are there. They are not going to school. You don't need to go to university to become a manager of anywhere in the UK. Fact. And you save 18 million naira. You don't think of doing business and use that to secure a visa to come to the UK just because you now see building. There's one narrative I discussed with my partner at work today. I said, people that sold their things to come to UK, they are like, you know, when you are a family in Lagos, let's say you have a family of 5, and you have, that is like 3 kids, right? And they don't give you one village girl to come and be your house help in your house in Lagos, your family. You know, let's say all your family, 3 kids are going to school, you and your wife are going, your partner, you are going to work, right? But that 8 years old or 10 years old is serving all of you in that house. But just because maybe in the village where the body get from, she only eats eba, amala. But when she comes to Lagos, she eats rice, plantain. But she never have education. She works so hard, cleaning the house, washing plates. But because of the kind of building, the environment she lives in Lagos, she now feels like, oh, I'm living in a better place. No. That's what people do in the UK. I'm not saying people can. Migration is nothing. It's not about economy, really. There are some British that are living in Nigeria, right? President Macron once lived in Lagos, isn't it? But right? Migration is not. It's not about economy. It's not about okay. People will tell you like security. That's one point I really want to talk about. UK is not more secure than Nigeria. It's only secure to you if you are very rich. Statistically, 2 Nigerian kids, as in age from 8 to let's say 13 to 16, are getting stabbed in UK to death.
Don't use that. Say bye. Say bye.
And and when that kind of incident happens, no Nigerian living in the UK will post that on social media. If such thing happen in Nigeria, they will be the first. They will even see it before you that live in Nigeria. They will post it. When I'm in the office, they will not come with their COS. I need a cleaning job. I need this. I will now start to ask them, what is your situation? Why do you do that? You now realize this person has been working in a bank, earning 300,000 naira, and leave that job, come to UK, doing cleaning, doing all these dirty jobs, and only have 2 months left on his or her visa to go. I'll be like, what is wrong with you? I spend 18 million naira, me and my family, to come to UK. UK doesn't send you. UK is very broke. UK is poor. UK, you can't be looking at Daddy Freeze come to UK or Pastor Toby. Those people are rich people. If you are rich, UK only accommodate rich people. UK is like a hotel. Like when you are on holiday, you come and spend money. People in UK don't enjoy UK. The only people that enjoy UK, poor people that enjoy are people that are on all these benefits. Those are the people because they don't work. Even if they earn 500 pounds a month, it's okay for them, but they don't even work for it anyway. So I don't know why people think life in the UK is better. It's not. I live in this one room. It's a 1-room flat, right? But if I tell you how much I'm earning, but this is the only thing I can afford. You know what I mean? Me, I don't, why are you lying for? That's the only thing I can afford.
Okay, brother. Let this other guy also say something. Thank you so much for your contribution. Brother, what are your thoughts?
This guy don't. Now. I don't know. But sorry, Well, I think the truth of the matter is, I think we have a problem in Nigeria, right? Which is one of the reasons why things did the way it did for Nigeria, right? Which some people will call slave mentality. A lot of people back home think once you leave Nigeria, enter abroad, you're automatically rich, right? A lot of people think once you're out of Nigeria, your life don't change. But what is what they don't get is in everywhere in the world, there's a rich man, there's a middleman, and then there's also a poor man, right? So it is not the part of the world you found yourself. It is your mentality and your mindset that will put you where you in the gap you will be if you will be a rich man, a middleman, or a poor man. But then there is also a fact that there are more opportunities in some countries. Let me don't say abroad. In some countries than in Nigeria. So the truth
Word.
of the matter is that a lot of Nigerians cannot differentiate that there are several countries. They just say abroad. Once it's abroad, then they run, they go. You understand? So they cannot separate the fact. A lot of Nigerians don't know that now European people now they migrate past. Now them full US, now then they migrate come US, now then they run from their country, and then you see Nigerians running to Europe, right? One goes stay Europe. So, that the first you know there was a live you did. You were talking about certificate people that have a degree and does not have a degree, right? So that's even a bigger problem. A lot of Nigerians mistake degree from skill. Degree degree is not equals to skill, and in fact that's one reason why Nigeria civil service is the way it is, because Nigeria we hire degree. But one thing I know about America, they hire skill, not degree.
Skills.
You can get a distinction now for your pocket. A distinction without a skill, nobody go hire you, right? You know, I watched the video of that guy you were talking about. He was talking about, oh, they don't value Nigerian certificate. That's not true. I don't know which country. US does. I know in the US, they don't care where your certificate come from once you have a skill. So the problem is when people don't get a job, they started saying Nigerian certificate is not recognized. That's not true. They are not hiring them because they don't have skills. It's because they cannot articulate their skills. Say, oh, I get this skill, I get that skill. They just go tender certificate and you will not get job. Right? So yes, there is in everywhere in the world, there are rich men, there are middlemen, and then there are poor people. So it is your mindset that will put you where you are.
Sorry, bro. You know the one risk. The reason why I actually come on this live is that you know what happened 2 weeks ago when Very Dark Man was talking about some 18, especially from the east, some 12 years old, 13 years old that are going to Ghana to go and do prostitution. Because when people now portray everything, you know those kids, they think they are going to the same abroad. You get what I mean? Those are people are doing them that enticing them to go and do all those things.
Yeah.
And I said it's because when people are talking about abroad, it's like once you cross that line, you've escaped everything in life. A 13 years old will live with parents in Enugu, and they never know where he went to, and all of the sudden is already in Abidjan.
But it's the same mindset of people that will leave their village and come to Lagos now. People in the village, everybody in Lagos have money. People,
exactly.
Like there was a time that people in Lagos think once you are in Abuja you are making money. It's that same mentality. You understand? So it's not a new thing. Village people think Lagos people get money, even though they stay on that bridge, they think you have money. The same thing, there was a time Lagos people think everybody in Abuja have money. Once you live in Abuja, they are respecting you. So it is a mindset thing, you know. That is why people called you and say make you come buy iPhone for them, like say that they pick iPhone for abroad. You understand? So it's just
sorry, Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze can say this to the viewer properly. Esa, I've been in the UK for 15 years. I started drinking water from UK tap just 3 months ago. You can't drink the water. And that water I can't drink, I'm paying £60 per month. I said this thing to my dad today. My dad, I opened the tap to him. I said, you see this water I'm turning now? The one I drink, I use, I pay £60. The one that goes down, that I didn't use, I'm paying like £40 for it. And I can't drink the water. I still have to take the water. I still have to buy water from Amazon for like maybe £30 in a month to drink. And after I paid like 1,600 per month as tax, I still have to pay council tax. I still have to pay those water. If they start that kind of thing in Nigeria, what would people say?
Well, but guy, I never live for UK.
Join me.
I know,
this is my dinner.
I know you can buy a pack of
Chichi,
water in the US for $4.
join me. This is my dinner. Half of a guinea fowl.
Right?
So if you're not drinking that water
and you cannot finish full pack of water in a month, because those pack of water are like 36.
UK is terrible, trust me.
So I don't know.
Even UK is empty now. Everybody is leaving. The real, I don't like when the people are in Nigeria and they are British. They call themselves British. I'm not British. I'm in Nigeria. The real white people, they are leaving UK. Club in UK is just like one shop. You know those shops that people Mala use, just like the clubs in the UK. And those clubs, they are closing now. Shops are closing. Shops are closed. The economy is not good at all. It's just in Nigeria. You know the way people follow trends. That's why we follow everything.
Yeah, but the economic might bounce back now. Countries go through situation.
Exactly.
Countries might have economic situation, but it will bounce back.
Countries will bounce back.
Situation.
We need to be saying if at least
bros,
And the top half guinea fowl.
If you are living
you are a rich man, sir.
Bros, the problem is if you are living abroad, don't be bad mouthing Nigeria.
Exactly.
And if you are living in Nigeria, don't be bad mouthing abroad too.
Yes, but what you are doing, you are not bad mouthing, you are just complaining. That's what you're doing right now. You understand? Yes, you're just complaining. But what this whole thing is all about is if you are in abroad, you're not better than people that are in Nigeria, which is a fact. You understand? Don't be bad mouthing Nigeria. Don't make it. Yes, that's
what you
a
are
fact.
saying. You know, when people use information, even we can't just blame those guys. If people use your information anywhere, it's their fault. No, even people in America, for example, some people in America don't even know Africa is not a country. Some people, you will be surprised. So misinformation.
Boss, you are still missing this thing up. As the fact that you are in America does not mean you are exposed. The fact that you are
I know.
an American that has not left America is a local man. So don't think it's only Nigerian people that is local people. No. Boss, learn to separate the thing. You understand? See, the fact is, the fact that you live abroad, it doesn't mean you're better than people in Nigeria. You understand? That is what this whole thing is all about, right?
That's what I'm saying.
There are people that live in Europe that have no idea what happened anywhere else. There are people that live in America that have never experienced snow in their life.
Yes.
So it's a normal thing. Local people everywhere.
Okay, can I say something real quick?
Yeah,
go ahead, my sister. Come and eat too.
Thank you, sir. I wish I was there. I would eat show.
The guinea fowl is too nice.
On behalf of the UK guy, in all reality, though you're saying he's complaining, but he's stating his reality. So there's different steps.
It sounds more like complaint.
No, I'm not complaining.
It's a reality. No. So when listen, okay,
I'm not complaining.
Okay, I want to say something. Okay, can I talk on your behalf?
Yes.
Okay, like now, when you travel abroad, the question is, how did you travel? Where did you go? And who do you know? what did you travel with? Okay? So when you travel, maybe you were living like you barely made it in Nigeria, you saved up some money, opportunity came, and then you meet yourself abroad. For example, UK that is in. So you meet yourself there. You don't expect him to start living that lifestyle. So this guy now, this is his reality.
Madam, sorry. He said he has been in the UK.
I'm not complaining about myself. I'm just telling you. You get me wrong, sir.
Okay, listen.
You asked some really, really good question. You understand?
Right. Okay. So can I finish? So now, okay, now when you go to when you travel abroad, your first 5-7 years, you're literally looking for papers. Let's face facts.
Okay.
Looking for, without that paper, you're gonna be working menial jobs if you even find any, right? So people saying 15 years. So anytime anybody comes up with, you don't have anybody to help you, and you have to look for papers to work. We all know it's either you have somebody that is literally gonna support you financially, so you can go to school, or if you come there like you don't have anybody, you're starting from the scratch. Eh? 15 years. He might sound like it's a lot, but it's not. I've seen it. Yeah, it might sound like it's a lot, but it's not. True. So remember, some people will come homeless. So seeing him in an apartment, to him it's an achievement, but to you it's not, because you say 15 years. 15 years is a lot, but the question is, where is he coming from? You understand? Where is he coming from? So it's not like you that came. You have a sister. Like maybe you have a sister that's supporting you. I will just say, don't worry, just go to school. Let's go this way. Let's do that way. Maybe after like 2 years, 3 years, you have everything is set up for you. It's different. So he's coming from the percentage of people that are
Madam,
finding a way to make it work.
Madam, I get you. Hold on. So I think
Hello? Sorry,
I think you are also mixing it up. But you said some things
God
that
be word is very fine. You are doing a good job for your good service.
Thank you, brother.
God bless you.
Bro, sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I make abroad. No, I know somebody where they here. She almost 20 years never get paper.
How will I take myself?
Just press
I
X.
just press the X. Okay.
Madam, almost 20 years, the person don't get paper. There's nothing. You people should put you put yourself in. The fact that it came for you, all of us there, we are just chatting, running our mouth. Face the facts.
The truth of the matter is that we, as a Nigerian, this is one thing I know about us. We too they complain. You understand? So most people you find out complaining about abroad. Now, when they do Nigeria,
yes.
They complain. So see, that's why I make a statement. It's a mindset thing. Do you understand? People, when you complain about Nigeria, then when you come to abroad, you go see country. It's just who you have. You understand? And some people think you can just, you don't need to do anything. You could just make money go they fall from heaven. Some people think that they flock money for true for abroad. So it's a mindset thing. It is not easy anywhere in the world.
I don't chop half of the guinea fowl finish.
Oh God!
So it is not easy anywhere in the world, even in Nigeria. But the truth of the matter, there is just a fact that the reason why people can do 3 jobs is because he's available. Because in Nigeria, if you want to do the open one, you know go see do. You understand? So there is also that fact, right?
Okay. I understand where you're coming from. But can we come from his own side too? Because there are people in that.
I'm not. See, don't get.
I don't like the fact that you're saying he's complaining. I don't like the fact.
No,
you're saying he's complaining. I don't like it.
The way he's saying it, it looks more like, you know, that's just what that's
He's going through a lot. Paper problem will put you in a place of, like maybe he has this mindset that maybe all his mind was that if he come, oh, he'll start working, things will start, and it went south for him. There's a lot of people that are in that shoes.
Then you keep on pushing.
So he's trying to explain to people too that situation like this are still there. Yes.
Yes, madam, you don't get what I'm saying.
You don't get what I'm saying.
I guess
it's you that don't get what I'm saying. No, you're saying he's complaining. He's not complaining.
I think the problem is, they feel separate things. They clump everything together. I'm trying to pick things one after the other, separate them, but you are not doing that. You understand? I'm not saying.
Okay.
I'm not saying abroad is better than Nigeria. I'm not saying people are not suffering.
No, we're not talking about abroad better than Nigeria. We're talking about this guy's situation. You said he's complaining. He's not complaining.
The way he's talking about it's just lamenting. You can see the passion.
Lamenting. I can take that word lamenting.
Yeah.
That complaining.
Yeah.
Lamenting because he's in a bad state.
I'm not
15 years. Do you know what he has gone through?
I understand.
So situation like that too should let people, the idea of this conversation here is to let people know that we have different types of people in abroad. We have the rich, we have the middle class, we have lower middle class, upper middle class. Right. So when you come to abroad, people abroad will make people in Nigeria will think everybody abroad is rich. No, it's not. Now he's trying to portray the fact that this is his reality, that you can be abroad and still be abroad 15 years and you still haven't made it.
That is true.
Yeah. So what's the complaining about? What's the complaining about? He's letting other people know because there are some people in that shoe.
The way he's presenting.
Oh, right. I know it looks like it, but when frustration hits you, you understand.
So yeah, I get it. So people's situation different. You understand? It's different.
Thank you. There we go.
You make a statement that even though you make the money, you know go feel enjoy. You're talking about how difficult your work is. You understand?
Very, yeah.
So you need to understand that is your own job. It is not everybody's job because there are people that work 8 to 5, which is how people work in Nigeria too. 8 to 5. If your job,
that's what I'm saying. The American, if you have a good job in Nigeria, that they pay you some fractional amount of money, you stay there. Because here in America, for you to get to that 8 to 5 job and be in 6 figures, you would have put in some years in. Don't tell me anything otherwise. You would have put in some years in. Definitely.
It's skill.
You cannot. Skill. Okay. Which skill?
Skills, right? You can.
Okay, give me a skill.
Hold on now, let me finish. You can develop a skill without having all those years of experience. You can develop a skill which is different from certificate. That was what Daddy Phil was trying to say some days back. If you have a skill, right, you can make money. It is not certificate. It's not the numbers of years.
What are you saying?
You see,
you can develop.
So, let me tell you. So you're telling me, wait. What? Okay, number one, are you telling me? No. You're telling me that if okay, we have 2 people looking for a job, huh?
Okay.
You have you skill, me, certificate and skill. Who would they take?
Madam, it's not about your certificate. I'm telling you, it's about your skill.
Bro, what are you talking about? Certificate and skill. Who would they take? I'll ask you 2 questions. Skill. You use the skill. What are you saying? I don't even get it. You have to earn. Madam, you have to come with experience. You don't carry you and your skill. They don't give a damn about you and your skill. If you cannot prove yourself with your skill, it's not going to work.
But I've said this earlier.
So what are you saying? You say skill. Skill. If a nurse that come now, you're a nurse.
Yes.
A nurse that is 10 years old in a nursing and a nurse that is 3 years old is the same thing. And you say it's skill.
To have better, right? See, the world is not looking for your certificate, your effort. They are looking for solution, results. If you can prove to them that you have the result and you show it.
You know me, I don't talk my own, so the floor is yours. Anything we wanna talk.
It's skill with certificate. It depends on the type of person.
No,
If you're
it's
looking
not
for
skill with certificate. Maybe it's some certain field, yes. You understand? Some
okay,
certain
tell
field,
me this field that you need only skill without certificate and you're gonna make 6 figure. I want to know this field.
IT.
You don't need a certificate in IT?
No.
Are you kidding me?
I said no, you don't.
You know me, I don't know anything. So me, I just they listen
Bro,
to now.
I don't. Please, let's not even go there. This, I end my case. I beg. You need certificates and the skill. I know this IT thing that you're talking about.
No. Madam, I said no.
Why? So you only need skill, no certificate to back your skill up.
Yes.
And America will take you.
Yes.
And that means you're using boost level to enter. You're not telling them the real truth. Boost level is like your. Let's just start. We are Nigerians. Let's watch our data.
Madam, I'm telling you, skills. Your skill will take you anywhere. It's not about certificate. And that is why a lot of people don't get job and they say they don't recognize Nigerian certificate. There's nothing
what are you
wrong with
saying? What are you saying? Which skill?
Madam,
you have to earn the skill.
Certificate is not equals to skill.
Okay, skill. What kind of skill without experience?
Certificate.
Do you know what is skill? What is skill? Tell me. Give me. Okay, define skill for me.
Madam.
Yeah, define
the Facebook you're using today. The person that developed Facebook have no work experience. Do you understand? And he's hiring a lot of people.
Does he have
that has no work experience that prove to him that they can make his Facebook platform better, and they are doing it. So you need to understand the difference. Certificate and skills.
Certificate. What is
and skills? They are completely two different things.
Oh my God, this is not
completely two different things.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, yes. Because you have to earn a certificate and add your skill to it for it to work. So how are you going to present yourself? So you just tell somebody, I have an IT.
Yes.
You just say it with your mouth and nothing to back it up. Oh, okay. This is.
You will back it up. You will back it up
with
during
what?
The interview. You will back it up in the interview because they will ask you scenario-based questions, and then you will tell them. You understand? And when time reach to do the job, you will do the job. That's why it's skill. If you have the skill, you can do it.
What skill without a certificate to back it up? How would you even earn the interview without a certificate?
Do you know if you are a nurse? Do you know why they are asking for your nursing certificate? It's because of regulation requirements. If there is
nothing is not even. You can't put. This is more of a technical. Leave nothing out of this. Leave nothing out of this. Nothing has nothing to do with this.
I'm just telling you why for nothing is because of regulatory requirements. That's why.
So my question is, so how do you get to the point for them to even call you for interview? What do you put down?
Don't you have a resume?
Okay, so you got. Well, give me.
Present yourself and put your skill. Put things you've done.
Hey, voila! Never heard this one before. So all these people that go and do IT now, that they will say, "I'm going for this certification." So so they don't need
it. For IT, you don't even need a certification to get it.
Oh God.
Okay. I'm going to prove it to you. Hold on. I'm going to.
No certification. You just come and write. Oh, I can do this. I can do that.
Hold on.
Okay. I've never seen this one before.
Unfortunately, it's my phone that has all the number I'm using.
Okay, somebody saying it's not my area. I should leave it, I guess, because I know that you have to have some level of certification to present yourself.
Madam, hold on. Please, just hold on.
I wonder how would you even get to the point of you don't have certification and HR will even call you.
Madam, hold on now. Hold on. Just hold on.
I'm not sounding I'm saying it because it's getting upsetting. Okay, well, if people say so, if you don't need certification, then what will you tell them? Because I have a lot of them, they'll tell me, oh, I need to go and get this certification. They need this certification for you to, for them, because they keep getting certification. Now you're saying you don't need certification.
Because they don't know what they are doing. Hold on. I said because they don't know what they are doing. So just calm down, madam. Just don't argue. Just learn something today.
Okay, I'm listening.
Just hold on.
Brother, I think we have to do this again tomorrow because time don't go. Make me I go sleep.
All right. It's even late here. Nobody will pick up. So I'm just trying to make a call. So but they are not picking up because it's late.
Okay.
So
anyway, guys, lovely hosting you.
Tomorrow.
Chichi, thank you so much for joining the conversation. Dr. John J, you did not join the Omo, you sent me request late.
Dr. John J been bashing me all day today.
Dr. John J sent request but late. I just saw the request and I just saw Samaria's request. I've been on for almost 2 hours. I'm exhausted and I was on for another 3 hours earlier on with the lady that joined the prayer group, and before you know, and they don't tattoo church for her body and all those things. So I appreciate you all of you who came out tonight to listen. I appreciate you. Even though you did not buy my money gun and you did not buy my stars, I still love you and I appreciate you. I'll be on a little earlier tomorrow during the day. Please make sure you join. The conversation continues. Stay blessed.
Please, conversation continues tomorrow. I love this conversation. Thank you, sir.
God bless.